I can't lie, that performance from Arsenal against Nottingham Forest has inspired me. And for many, many reasons. I'm going to break it down in this video and talk about a lot of our new signings that starred on that day, a lot of the interesting things tactically that we saw, and how this bodes very well moving forward for Arsenal season and our title hopes. If you're new returning, you haven't already hit the subscribe button. I'm on the road to 2,000 subs. Smash that like button and comment down below. You know your boy KAPE has paused out all things Arsenal. So yes, I'm gonna start off today with the first of the new signings, which is Christian Mosquera. I think he was class in this game. We saw him come on against Liverpool at Anfield, and he showed his class and his composure to come on quite early in the game like that and deal with the game quite well. In this game, I feel like he was one of our best players, if not big candidate for man of the match. The way he was composed on the ball, put his foot on the ball, allowed the press to come through, was always looking for that progressive pass between the lines. He wasn't just playing the safe pass out to Timber or to Gabriel all the time. He was trying to bait Chris Wood and some of the Forest players into him so he can open up space in the middle, and he was playing those passes and with a nice weight of pass and certain level of passing empathy that I loved. And it was so interesting, like, just to see that the level of confidence. I profiled him in my video and I spoke about how he's a good player, but I said obviously he has things on the ball he needs to improve on. And I think there was two areas in his game that I think are his weaknesses that I think he showed very well. His composure on the ball was amazing. His ability to find Ethan between the lines and Zubimendi between those gaps, and the type of play that we saw was interesting. And then obviously his defending, he looked like Gabriel out there, like the last ditch tackle that he made when Chris Wood had that chest shot that came off the post from a lovely save from Ryan, and there was a little bit of mix-up, a mistake from Mosquera because he kind of got into Timber's way, and then he recovered with that challenge. Then just his overall clearances with his headering, which I said obviously was one of his weaknesses when I profiled him. So to see that he's kind of adjusted so quickly is amazing. And we didn't miss Saliba in the sense of he's not like he's better than Saliba or Saliba needs to be worried about his position. But us as fans, Mikel as a manager knows that if Saliba's injured or if you need to rotate him or he's a bit tired in a 3-game week, you can have a trusted, reliable player that can come in and the level don't drop. That's how title winners, title challenges, competing on all fronts is made, where your squad level, the competition between each position is there. And we saw that with Mosquera, and credit to him. Excellent performance from him. Moving on, obviously another player, and obviously probably my man of the match was Madueke. Arsenal fans cuss this guy. Petitions is getting signed. Guys saying, no, I can't believe Arsenal signed this guy. 50 million, this and that, and this and that, and this and that. And understandably, people were being reactive because people don't understand what Arsenal are doing. A more unprecedented window, as we've seen with all these signings and depth that we've seen that didn't drop our level with so many changes. Imagine a game where you're missing Saliba, you're missing Saka, you're missing Declan Rice, or Declan Rice is on the bench, or Martin Odegaard comes off early. You don't have Kai Havertz, and you're still able to operate and play in this way. Come on, man. Madueke, man, had this guy absolutely on toast. The first guy, I think obviously Forest had to make a change. I think Nico Williams would have started out there if Olaino was fit, but if it was Morata or something like that, he got absolutely skinned constantly. And Madueke, as I said in my video again, and as I said, as you watch this guy, he constantly goes at his fullback. He constantly takes him on, and those kind of wingers are going to make mistakes. Those kind of wingers are going to lose the ball. They're going to be frustrating at times in games where we need to be decisive in actions, but they cause threat, and 9 times out of 10 they're going to create chances. 9 times out of 10 they're going to create moments for themselves, and it's going to keep the fans and it's going to keep that fullback working, and it's going to be a nuisance. And to have a player that our best player in that position for years, if Saka was out, we know the level dropped. We've tried many players there, and now that we have a player that is an England international, we saw him play well over the international break, come in now and have a performance like that. Like, he was amazing. Like, on the first half, we literally went on Madueke's side and he literally was providing. And it's just lovely to see that obviously money's invested, and this is what the vision is, because yes, Saka will come back, and I think he's back soon. Hopefully he can make the City game. But what it does is it keeps Saka on his toes. What it does is it allows us to rest Saka between games, because Madueke can produce as well and be effective. And I think he's different, and that's a lot of thing about these signings. These signings are different to what we've had before, so it's not that they're also good, they're also different. So then that's why the game becomes different. So that was a change as well. We saw Zubimendi with his 2 amazing goals. You would have thought Zubimendi would have got a brace. You bet on that, because I don't think he scored that many goals in his career, but the first goal was absolutely amazing. Smashing volley, sweet spot. I know about that because I'm into that ball striking. You see my free kick, but hitting to the sweet spot, boom, amazing. You just see him tried to do that again. I think a couple minutes afterwards, but obviously the volley was quite high. But imagine that was a bit further out, could have gone in. Just amazing to see that. And the second goal, of course, obviously a lovely cross from Trossard, obviously, and Zubimendi gets up there early, makes it. Obviously, it does take a deflection off, I think it's Nico Williams, but this is what you got to earn. And obviously, no one's expecting Zubimendi to be popping in with a million goals. But if you pop in with your goals here and there, you can see him settling down into the team. And goals do that as well for any player, even a defensive player, a midfield player, attacking player. If you get a goal, you settle yourself down and you're able to kind of, be a bit more comfortable. And I think Zubimendi now can come into his own. I think it was an excellent performance from him. Like the way he pops the ball around the corner, the way he allows him and Marino had a good relationship. You saw, obviously, they know each other. I think Marino also had an excellent game as well. Big shout out to him. And just the way Zubimendi kind of dictates the game, it allows everyone to play. And he plays the ball faster forward earlier. And that allows us to kind of not allow teams to get set up, as I've talked about many times in my videos, and it allows us to get our wingers 1v1. It allows our midfield players, the attacking midfielder, Ethan in this instance, who was excellent in this game when he came on for Odegaard, to get the ball in those positions that they like on a half turn, drive at the defenses, and create overloads in areas. Like, it's amazing to see, and that's a big shout out to him. Obviously, Gyokeres up the 9. I think it was a better performance from him. First half, he wasn't really in the game. Some of the touches were a bit janky, and you expect this from him. No one is expecting Gyokeres to come in and move like a Thierry Henry or anything like that, or Gabriel Jesus. But what we expect is the goal that he scored, where Eze, the ball comes over the top, and I'll talk about him and Eze in tandem. Eze was a bit quiet that first half as well, but you saw the magic and the aura that he has, that he can implement, the way he was skipping past Nico Williams so many times, and just some of the intent, some of the passes that he passes with purpose, and he'll grow into his role. Obviously, he was playing more of a touchline winger position. Calafiori wasn't overlapping as much, even though I still feel like the dynamic worked, and I feel like it was still good. But you saw in the second half straight away, Calafiori links up and he collects the ball between, so Gabriel goes a bit more wider, which is a nice dynamic. You can see in the picture that there's Ethan right next to him. You see Zubimendi a bit higher, Marino's a bit higher in the picture as well, and obviously Eze's on his back on the last line. That's all different, and there's space for Calafiori to kind of drive in and carry, as he's so good at. But what he does is early plays that ball, and this is stuff I've talked about that I want to see Arsenal do. Like, play the ball early, give your wingers 1v1s early, don't let the defensive team settle into their shape or settle into conceding, reducing the spacing behind. And that was a perfect ball. The defender was a bit under it, and it was pulled from him, but as a decisive one touch, boom, and Gyokeres is there to put it at the back of the net and get 3 out of 4 goals in his first 3 out of 3 goals in 4 games in his first Premier League game. So this it's amazing to see all around, and that this is a new front three that played. None of them have played with each other before. Who knows if they'll play with each other many times moving forward, but what is that they all have a trait that brings something different, and that's why it was a bit chaotic and a bit different. And I think a lot of players like Marino and Gabriel, who also out of the older boys or the more boys that we're used to have excellent performances. Like, in my opinion, Gabriel was a monster, as he's been consistent for a long time, there to guide Mosquera and help him feel comfortable, but also just shows quality. He handled Chris Wood. And in Marino, I think coming off the back of his international form, he scored 4 goals. He didn't score in this game, could have scored early in the game as well. Obviously, could save from the keeper, but his overall game was good. Lovely touches, lovely drag backs, just showing for the ball. Obviously, the left hand side wasn't as potent as the right hand side, but it didn't need to be, because the right hand side was where the game was won. Do you know what I mean? So it was good overall and all around. And shout out to the manager as well for making the changes and allowing the team to be a bit more free. And you can see, and it poses a different question, because obviously now when you see these kind of things, you want, when our more profound starters, your Saliba, Saka comes in, Odegaard when he's fit, obviously hopefully his injury isn't too bad, that they're able to allow that quick kind of play, that riskier play. And obviously I think with more that we kind of play, the more that we get our confidence and get our grips to everything, I think you'll see more risk in our play, more dangerous passes, more unpredictability, more fluidity that we see, because I think our build-up shape and the way we move around is so incredible. Sometimes just watch it, players just dropping in and out, teams don't know how to press us, and it's hard to live with. It's just now adding that freedom and spark into the attacking third, and I think it's coming, and it continues to come. So obviously hopefully you see that against Bilbao. Shout out to Mikel Arteta as well, just for the team. And obviously we didn't even see the likes of, obviously Luis Kelly came on in the second half, not that much. Obviously Trossard and Martinelli being your fifth and sixth attackers that you can bring on and rotate. Maybe they might get starts in midweek. This is what you want to see in a team that has high quality. So it's credit to the team, and obviously 1 goal conceded from a magical Szoboszlai free kick, no goals conceded from open play, and obviously we got, I think, the best goal difference in the league so far, even though Liverpool obviously got the win against Burnley, and obviously they've been getting to their wins, you know, by tip and by toe, and how champions do, but we've been consistent, and I think, as I said, I think we're one of, if not the best team all round in the league, and we just got to keep getting better and better, get these players back from fitness, hopefully no reoccurrences, and yeah, man, bring on City next week. I think that will be a very, very good game, and I'm very confident that we can win that game, similar to how we did last season, not saying the scoreline, but in just terms of how we can put it onto them. So great from all our new signings. As I said, obviously still in KAPE, still Norgard for us to really see, obviously Kepa as well, but outside of them, I think we've seen a lot of positives from Arsenal, and that was one of the most enjoyable games I've watched in a long time. Like at home, like it was fluid, it was fun, it was end to end, it was bouncy, it was risky, it was lovely, and long may that continue. Hopefully we see a lot more of that, and yeah, man, this is what we want to see: smiles all around and no complaints. And yeah, man, people need to stop being too quick to judge players when they get signed. That's just the lesson of all of this stuff. And the window that we had was very, very effective. Like, we got the depth that we needed, we spent the money well, and we've buffered ourselves up so now where a lot of our key players are missing, and we can still convincingly beat a team that's a very good Premier League team. So credit to Andrea Berger, credit to Mikel Arteta, and we move on. It's been your boy KAPE. Comment down below what you think about what I said in this video. Subscribe to my channel and drop a like on this video. It really helps the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Speak soon.